Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery. Now before I begin, of course, please be warned, like all of my episode reviews, this is a spoiler-filled review, so if you're not caught up on Discovery by this episode or the previous episode from last week, don't keep watching or listening as I will be discussing spoilers. That being said, you have been warned, so let's get right back into it. Honestly, I'm getting a little tired, or not really tired, but kind of bored with this storyline about stopping the DMA and trying to make contact with the species 10C. You know, I feel like this season should have ended maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, but I don't know. This episode wasn't particularly my favorite. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I kind of hated the fact that the method of communication that they settled on using was math. And that's mostly because I suck at math so bad. So it's like, come on. You could have found a million other ways to communicate with species 10C, and you go with math? Damn it, most people hate math. You know, most people can't do math. So that was very unappealing to me. I will say this. I did like the fact that species 10C is not humanoid, nor is it the same size of a humanoid, that there's something significantly bigger, almost the size of the ship, and even though they can't speak English or communicate like, you know, most humanoids and other alien species do, it's cool that they do have a way of communication. It just sucks that that method of communication is using math, you know, shit like that. But I did like the fact that we finally encountered another sentient species that wasn't humanoid or bipedal. Something that was bigger and something that doesn't necessarily speak English, but something that obviously is intelligent and can feel things. So I did like the fact that they seemed to express regret or sadness that the humanoids from the galaxy expressed terror when it came to the DMA. And unfortunately, if it weren't for that tenacious Tarka, who's now betrayed Book, of course, and has now like propelled themselves out of the orb that the ship was in, and I guess species 10C took that as an offensive action or something like that, even though communications were going pretty good up until that point. Again, I'm a little tired of them constantly getting ever closer to destroying the power source, but never quite getting there yet. I mean, next week, I think, is the season finale, so hopefully this all wraps up in a pretty satisfying way. So I didn't have a whole lot writing on this episode because I knew it wasn't the season finale. The season finale is next week. This episode did, however, provide a pretty good setup for the big season finale, the way this one ended on a cliffhanger and all of our characters starting to realize like what's going on in and outside of the ship. So hopefully the season finale will be far more memorable and satisfying than this episode was, because I just really didn't care for it much. I liked the reveal of species 10C and the fact that they weren't humanoid or bipedal, but at the same time, I also just didn't really care for it. Didn't love it, but didn't hate it either. So, I don't know. Then again, I'm feeling kind of congested, so maybe that's also affecting my mood as well. So who knows? But I have started watching the latest episode of Picard, and I am enjoying that very much. I'll be uploading my episode review for that in just a short while after I'm done watching it. But here's my review for the latest episode of Discovery. What did you think of it? I'd like to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Any predictions or thoughts as to what we could see in next week's season finale? Let me know down below in the comments section. Have an awesome rest of your night. Excuse me. Pardon me. Have an awesome rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by and bearing with me. And, of course, until next time, live long and prosper.